everyone. So we're just going to do our part 2 of our Canva training. So thank you for joining me. And I'm going to, again, I'm going to do a little bit of an overview of what we're going to learn about. And I've made a presentation in a presentation from the presentation template that you can find in Canva, and I'm going to use that. But first of all, I am going to do it in a way that, let's see, if I share first, let me share first. Okay. All right. Well, this is quite good because it shows you the back end. And now that we've got a little bit of experience with the Canva window, the back end is going to be a lot more meaningful for you. So you can see how I've got this in my design space, and you can see my toolbar and everything down here. And what I've done is when I've gone to the design logo here, it's brought up all the different kinds of design that I could use for my presentation. And I've chosen this one down here. Oh no, I haven't actually, but it's very similar to that one. And it comes pre-prepared with 10 slides, and I can change them as I choose. And all these different elements, like we were doing before, they're all separate elements that I can move around however much I want to. So what I'm just going to do is I'm going to go present. And here we go, present. But actually what I want to do is present a view, and I'm going to do it that way. Beautiful. And I'm going to move my presenter down here. Excellent. Lovely. Okay, so here we are in part 2. So in part 2, what we're going to do is we're going to use all the new skills that we've got so that we can create better presentations. And by that, I mean not only presentations, but documents and logos and so forth, whatever we want to do. So we're going to learn how to create a GIF or GIF. I heard the inventor of GIFs prefers it to be called a GIF rather than a GIF, but I call it a GIF. So whatever you like, it's apparently the more popular way, but not the official way. So we're going to review a little bit about what we learned in the previous lesson in regards to where the tools are. We're going to create a new Canva. We're going to use the search again, but a little bit more search. And we're going to learn how to export our GIF and use our GIF. Okay, so the goals are to consolidate your learning, create your own GIF, and to GIF. Now I'm feeling sad about that, and download it. Okay, so when you open the Canva window again, you're going to see the home page. Now, so could you all go back to the home page? If you press the hamburger, you'll go back to the home page away from your birthday card. And then we want you to press the create button again, because that will create a new Canva. And this is just the same slide I used before, but just to remind you about the different locations of the menus, the toolbar down the side, the menu bar here, and other options that we have for creating new documents.
Which is the actual, is the hamburger the 3 lines?
Yes. Can you see that? So have you been able, so if you go to the create new, we now want you to do card landscape.
Create new.
Yeah. And then card. You can write card in the search bar, card landscape. Yeah. Now, as I said before, with the size, it doesn't really matter because we can scale the size. And when we export it, it will import into our PowerPoint, and it could be teeny tiny, but we're just going to stretch it to make it bigger. So it doesn't really matter about the size at this point. But I always do a card.
Kirstin, I'm a bit slow.
No.
So how did I create a design? I've just got pictures of birthday cards again.
Is it card landscape? It might be birthday cards. That's fine.
We're not going to use. How did you get those pictures to come there? Can you show me again?
Well, I can't right now because this is a actual presentation, but I will in a minute.
Oh, yeah.
But it doesn't matter as long as what you want to see. Yeah, so this is what you would see if you do the cards, see, I've still got the birthday cards here.
Okay.
It doesn't matter, because if you press on elements, we're just going to leave the screen blank for this. We're not going to use a template.
Okay.
So using the template is one quick way to make a beautiful design, but right now we're just going to use the blank page. So if you've all got a blank page, I'm just going to talk about GIFs for a minute. So what is a GIF? Now, this is a GIF that I used in the training that I did recently. So a GIF is a moving picture, really, and it is a smaller file than like an MP4 file, and that means that it takes up less space and it's still operational inside a PowerPoint or something else. And it's got these little, moving elements. So when we export it as a GIF, it will then come into the destination still moving like this. What I did to get this, because I've got, see, the girl is supposed to be the same girl. It's supposed to be her thinking about writing a love letter and her walking to the post box to post an old style envelope letter. And it's in the unit about emails. So it's sort of going from emails to, or going from snail mail to email. So that's what I was trying to create. But that's where we need to use the search function, because we can't necessarily find the moving image that we want for the training that we want. So we have to be able to branch out in our brain a little bit. So just now, when we did the birthday card, as you remember, we had these different menus. It's going to be the same when we're making a GIF. So just to remind you about the different menus. And this is the GIF we're going to be working on today. And when I was looking at what was available in the moving things, I just fell in love with these lanterns. I just had to make something with these lanterns. I couldn't resist. So we're about to work on this one. Okay, so the same thing is each element we want. Like when I was doing it, I thought, oh gosh, we need a column. So I searched by putting column in the search for elements. I'm like, oh, let's put some columns on the side because that'll give it perspective. And then I searched column. I chose this column here where my spot is. Oh, and I clicked on it and then the column appeared. So then I can move the column where I want it in the picture. So we'll do that now. Let's do it together. But before we do pop into it, there is some help for you. So we're all a bit self-taught with Canva, and it's very easy to be self-taught because there's so many resources available online. Now, I sent you a handout in the email, and that's got these two references that I love. There's a Jackie who's a Australian girl. She does great YouTubes, and this is a 10-minute overview of Canva that you can do after this lesson to review. And Ronnie and Diana are my absolute favorites. I absolutely love them. They've got heaps of great ideas. So you can go and search for them online, and you can review all of the things that we talked about today, or anything else that you want to do. Okay, without further ado, let us pop into the GIF. So I'm going to move that. Okay, lovers. Okay, so here we are. Now, this is a bit annoying, this thing. I'm just going to move that. But that's another moving thing that I found. So let's just actually, what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a page. Sometimes what I do when I'm creating things is I put elements that I might use on a different page, because when you find it in the menu, you think, oh, I like that, but I'm not sure if I want to use that. So you've just got to remember to take your second page off later. So, okay, so advanced search. As I mentioned, I wanted to find a column because it needed perspective. Or, I don't know. The column's not going to work because we want to show you how to put the GIF in. Let's go the heart again. Okay, let's go the heart again. So I'm going to look for an element, right? And as I showed you before, in this menu here, there are places you can browse. The sticker that they use is a moving thing. Canva, search in stickers, you can find moving things. So that's one place to look for a GIF. If you want a moving element, that will show you a lot of different things. Now, I haven't put a search thing in there. I don't actually know how to search the stickers specifically, but what you can do, if you put here heart, then you can come down here and sometimes you see stickers. But the best way to find a moving heart is under graphics. So then if you find the graphics and scroll down, you can see there's a moving heart and there's another moving heart. So you would just click on that and there it is. Now it looks a bit dumb in the front there because it's covering up my people. So what I want to do is I want to move it backwards. So if I right click on it, I get a menu here, which is a layering menu, like it's got the layering option, and I'm going to send it backwards. So now it's behind the people. I still don't love it. I prefer my other one. So I'm going to delete it. So if we wanted to start with a blank page, let's just go for a blank page. Now, does anybody have an idea of what kind of GIF they'd like to create? Actually, first of all, let's change the background color of the page because that'll make it look a bit nicer. So if we click on the page and we click background color, let's make a peach colored background. So you can see how that might be a PowerPoint slide. You might match it to the PowerPoint that you're doing. Choose the background color from there. So for an image, we're going to go for elements. Now let's just say we want to do, you can be doing your own at this time. You don't have to keep watching me. Just tune back in if you need a bit of help. And I'm going to talk myself through making a GIF and you can do your own version. Okay, so let's just say I think we might do a happy birthday GIF. Okay, so I'm going to write happy birthday and see what comes up. Now, remember, if I did design, I'd be getting a birthday card template, but I'm on the elements tab. So I'm going to get elements that mean happy birthday. So here I've got graphics, I've got audio, I've got photos, I've got videos. So if I, first of all, and I can also look along here, happy birthday cake for similar things, or I can look around along this menu here with this arrow, shapes, frames, mockups, charts. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to try it in the graphics first. So here is, this is quite fun. I'm just going to, there's my confetti. So I've clicked on the confetti. I've got magic recommendations. So I can, if I want a different confetti, that's now come up. So I can look at all of these different, oh, that's pretty fun. You see how it can very quickly get very busy? But what you're doing, once you've clicked on something animated, it's then going to, it's got an AI in there and it's going to recognize that that's what you're looking for. So it's going to give you all of these other elements as well. So I'm going to put my present on there as well. Now I think we need an animated happy birthday sign. So you can go back with the back button, but what you need to remember with this search line here, there's an X here to remove what you've put there, because sometimes I have previously been stuck thinking, why can't I find a heart? Because it's still recognizing I'm looking for happy birthday. So that's just a little thing to note. Now, if I keep going down here, where am I going to see moving words? Oh, here we go. So I've got happy birthday moving words here if you scroll down far enough. Now, because I've put that in there, how good is that? It'll probably bring up happy birthday banner. It hasn't brought up. Oh, there's my moving cake. All right, someone's going to get an epileptic fit in a minute if we're not careful because we've got so many moving things. So look, I feel like because it's so much fun, you might want to do more things, but less is often best with a GIF. But we might actually how about we put I'm going to put a sunrise in the background. Okay, any questions? They're all working hard.
You were going to email that file. I did Liz.
What was that, Susie?
I did Liz the birthday card with Clinkles animated.
Did you?
But I couldn't work out for the life of me how to send it. How do you send it? So in the end, I had to save it as PNG and email it.
No, we'll see this one, we're going to save it as a GIF. And then we can put it inside the email. We can do that right now. I can do that because I'm going to get rid of these. Actually, what I'm going to do, so sometimes this happens to me. I create, actually, is she gone? Is she still here? Where is she? So yeah, sometimes I could put all these things into the one document and I'm like, oh my gosh. You can just go to the file menu here and you can make a copy. So I've made a copy of that document and I'm going to call it here, Liz's birthday GIF.
Where?
Right there. So that's where you change the file name at the top here. Then I'm going to delete this page because we don't need this page, and I'm going to delete this back page here. And I'm just going to add a text box here with Liz on it. Whoops. Liz, and I'm going to make it bigger. And I'm going to move it. Whoops. And I think I'm going to change the color of it. I'm going to change the font. I don't know. I think we're getting too busy. I think I'm just going to leave it like that. All right. So I'm going to email this to Liz now. The way I'm going to do it is I'm going to share. Like, I just check I've only got one page, okay? Because otherwise that's going to make it a little bit crazy. I'm going to share. I'm going to download, and I'm going to choose here. I'm going to choose GIF. Okay. Now it will take a couple of minutes to download. So because it's not tiny, it's not huge, there is something to it. Then I'm going to go over to I haven't actually got it open, but actually I do have it open. It's over here. Oh, look at you. Looking at my emails. Aren't you great? Oh, very cute. Okay, so I'm going to open my emails. and I'm going to create a new email, and I'm going to do to the TAE study gang. Okay, GIF, whoops. And then I'm going to attach file, browse this computer, and then you can see my messy computer. I've got, there we go, downloads. And you can see I've got here in my downloads, Liz's birthday gift to export. Click on that, open. And it will also play inside the email. So if we, okay, we can dismiss you. If we look at the email, maybe it's not playing in the email, but it is still playing. But so that's how you would use it in an email. But if you're using it if you want to use it in a document, and I don't have any documents open right now, but you just simply do import picture, and in your PowerPoint, you go from your PowerPoint, you go import whatever, and then you just select it from your downloads or wherever you've saved it, so you can bring it straight into the document that you're working on. So have I sent it to you? Let me send it to you. Whoops. There we go.
So what is a GIF when it's created? Is it an MP4 or it's like, you know, when you go into Articulate or something and you're importing it, are you embedding it? Are you adding a link? What are you doing?
You just import it like you would import a picture. It's just a picture.
Oh, just a picture. Okay.
Just a picture. Yep. Yeah.
Okay.
And it's only ever, I don't know, 6 seconds long.
Yeah.
But before when I used to try and animate a slide for any of those, you know, for the Articulate. When you're in it as a user, the student has to press play on it. But for the GIF, you don't have to press play. It's just going. It's probably very annoying, and Susie's going to hate this because I put this in the training for some of, I think, students that will end up being Susie's students. She's going to go, this girl's gone crazy. Yeah, because it does.
It'll just keep repeating.
But I haven't done anything as busy as this, but you might want to move on to the next screen if it's annoying. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So,
well,
any
I think
questions?
that's very easy, much easier than I thought. And when I first opened it to use it, I thought, oh, it's like Publisher. It's a nightmare. I can't stand all these layers, and it's going to be, give me a headache like Publisher would. But you've explained it so simply, and I'm going to play with it. It's fun.
Well, that's good to know. Sure. Look, there are other layers to it, in the sense that, you know, if you've got a busy image like this, and you want to put maybe you want that the confetti to be coming from behind the sun, and it looks very hard to do. There is a very easy way of doing it. Position button. Actually, if we try and click on the confetti, that I think I'm clicking on the confetti there, and press position. Doesn't really matter, but you can open up a layer tab here, which you can see that one there is the confetti. Yeah. And so I can move that behind the sun. So suddenly you kind of actually see it.
You can only see it there outside.
But you can, if I make it on a bit, you can see that the confetti is coming from behind the sun. So there are ways of manipulating it, which are quite easy. But it's just a matter of slowly building up your skill with one new tool at a time, one new function. And the best way to do it, I think, is to have a particular aim in mind. If you have something you really want to create, then you'll find a way to do it because you're really motivated then. And yeah, so you can definitely do that. Oh, are we getting, oh, nice. So, okay, well, I think we're just about finished for the day. Is there any more questions that anybody has?
No,
I can't hear you.
I think it was great. Thank you. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Yeah.
Thank you, Liz.
Sorry.
I'm nodding my head because I'm
sorry. I was
on
replying
mute.
to an email. I'm replying
Sorry,
to
I'm so
my...
engaged with this, I can't leave it.
Now, you have, I want you all to put a timer on, and you're only allowed another 15 minutes of screen time. So I want you, I know I get very addicted to it myself. But yeah, please enjoy using GIFs in Canva and creating your own wonderful things to put to your PowerPoints. And can you please, I also emailed you a set of a document that's the handout for today with some of the instructions on it and a feedback form. Would you possibly please be able to fill in the feedback form and send it back to me? Thank you. I'm going to, don't tell me I didn't record it. Stop recording. Okay.